Welcome to the Tone Jerks podcast. I'm your host, Brian Gower, and with me today we got...
Kyle McIntyre.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In the flesh.
All right, Kyle, what's new in your world? What's shaking? What's grooving? What is good?
I got a couple new things.
Oh, yeah?
You know.
Had a couple drinks. Saw a couple things.
Yeah, had a couple drinks. Saw a couple things. I went to a store.
Right.
Yeah, you're on your Trailer Park Boys binge right now. I got a strap.
Yeah.
Right? It's used. But I saw it at like a store. It was for $5. You know, I was like, I mean, it's the color I want. It's like a green.
It's tactical.
It looks like they've washed it and ran it through the dryer because of the plastic is like a little, but it's fine. Let me see here. It's fucking good, isn't it, dude? Look at that shit. Just buff it out.
Give a little spit shine.
So yeah, I went out to Lockhart, which is a really cool little town on the other side of Austin. So I'm on the west side, Lockhart's on the east side.
Oh, yeah.
It's like flat as fuck out there.
Yeah.
So I went out there for work. They have a highway out there that you go 85 miles per hour.
Yeah, you sent us a photo. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't think my truck can go that fast.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a little sketchy, for me at least, because it was I have like a truck that has like boxes and stuff on it, and the wind was kicking up, and my truck didn't like it. And I had people like passing me. I was going like 82 because I'm like, I don't want to go 85. And I had people like,
get out of the road, Grandma.
yeah, fuck you. They just fucking throw up they are grandmas going that fast. Yeah. Just flip me the bird.
Some granny in a Lambo just passes your ass.
Yeah, so it was great. Went out there. Went to a store called, I think it's like Sunshine and Friends or whatever. It had been recommended to me, so I knew it was out there. As like an amp repair, or when I was looking for, it's like vintage. They have like, you go out there and you're like, I've never seen any of these brands. That's how vintage they are. They're like brands that they made 500 units and then they died. You know, that's like, not the units, but the companies, you know, or they're just like, what the fuck is that? But they have like a lot of cool tape things and, you know, the synths and, you know, old stuff, old guitars. They'd have a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like, understandably, I didn't see anything that I wanted really, except for the strap. And, you know, it's like, oh, pop punker, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's the amp peg, bro? Where's the fucking... That's why I recognize this thing. You know, like, where's my Ernie Ball black strap? Well, I'll take a green one, military green. OD green.
And then, I mean, and it's a used strap, but it's in good condition. You're saying, like, I don't know what it was, but, like, there's so many people who played those Ernie Ball straps that were just, like, their strap was, like, blown out, just stretched to, like, a motherfucker. It's like, the strap is for the streets. Jesus. I don't know. I've never had that fucking problem in the history of ever with my Ernie Ball straps. They've all been fine. I'm like, what are you doing? Are you fucking towing a boat with this fucking strap? What the hell are you doing?
Just like pulling people out of ditches. Hold on, let me grab a strap off my fucking guitar.
Yeah, but it was like, remember, it was like Dylan's strap from Hat Trick.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck are you doing with this thing?
Yeah, and his bass was made out of cardboard. He had a fucking
the Dan Electro.
Was it the Dan Electro?
Yeah,
with the lipstick humbuckers on it. That bass.
Yeah, I'm
like, this thing is light as hell. How are you doing that?
Yeah.
Are you using this as a swing after?
I remember he would just like, oh yeah, you had your American P bass, and then I think your classic head with the 810. He's like, yeah, think about how like light, and he had like SWR or some shit like that.
Yeah,
like,
combo.
And and he's like, yeah, this sounds just as good as yours, and you're like, sure about that? You sure about that? Before that was,
because I was in the crowd on that last one.
You were out back ripping Bernies with your friends.
Yeah,
I was in the shit.
Yeah.
I know what I know what I got, pal. And they were cool guys, but it's like Mike had an HDFX, Marshall, and I'm like, and then I had
just all fizz.
Mesa dual rec with like a Mesa cab. He's like, yeah, your guys' shit is so much heavier and bigger. It's like it doesn't sound better. I'm like,
Yeah.
Well,
that's
and
fine.
then that's where you just stick your feet in the ground. And then the thing is, in the crowd, most people don't care.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. That was a hell of a rig we had back in the day. You still have yours.
Oh, it's called, okay, sorry, that music store is called Sunflower and Friends.
Okay.
And it was recommended to me for my PV, can't remember the fucking name, stereo chorus.
Yeah.
They said, oh, maybe you could find a foot pedal. I have one now, but for the, to go through the amp settings.
Yeah. But now,
because it was locked in one. But now I don't need that anymore. But I'm like, they do amp repair there. So I'm like, maybe I'll take it there and get it cleaned.
Yeah. You're saying
it's like, far away. Far away.
Would you take both of your PVs?
Both of my PVs?
Well, yeah. Well,
Brian,
we haven't got there yet.
That's coming to my what's new. Right?
Because you would take the
I would probably
solid state one, but your other, I can't remember the name of it for the life of me. What's
the
that?
Bravo?
Bravo. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the Bravo just needs like a little cleaning up. I don't think it really needs. There's a couple times where like you turn the knob, it goes, "Wham!" It just like power comes out of nowhere.
Yeah,
you're like, is there a piece of dust in there where it's like drags across the potentiometer and then I don't even know, and then it freaking okay, that's loud. Great. I wanted to split the difference, but I guess we're here now.
Oh no, and then your classic. You gotta take that.
Yeah, I gotta take the classic in. Gotta take those. I gotta take them all in. But
be like, hey, you guys, you back the truck up and like, hey,
you mind giving me a hand?
You guys thought you were done with work, but I got more.
Yeah, show up at 5.
I got a ration of shit for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Hope you got your fucking lifting gear.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking back strap, whatever they call it. Your strap on.
Yeah.
Anyways.
You're like, nothing on that? God, really? I thought that was gold.
What the fuck is wrong?
Just leave you hanging. I'm sorry. You're like,
just give myself a high five. Good.
Make a joke. What the fuck? All right. That's what we're doing today. Okay.
Man.
Let's get nasty.
I thought I had that one in the bag.
Leave me hanging. I thought we were boys.
So I got, and I guess I'm not going to hold it up in front of the camera, but I did get a new amp.
Mm-hmm.
I got a PV. Surprise.
God, they make such good amps, yeah.
Surprise.
Mm-hmm.
So they have I got a classic 30. I was so proud of that last one too, and you didn't, my little reference there.
What was that from?
It's just Instagram. Oh, okay. It's like a meme.
Shit.
It's like
it's not as hip as you. Come on.
Yeah. Surprise. It's like a lady doing like crooner type singing, whatever. I don't know. It's probably not what you call that, but it's a like a 70s or 80s song.
Mm.
And people say, put that in when they're referencing something. Surprise. It's like, anyways, I got a PV Classic 30. It's a tweed amp. I know
you're like, damn, when you have to explain a joke, you're like, that really takes all the fucking air out of the room.
Okay, I've explained it now. Laugh. Okay? God, I hate you people. I hate you.
That one's a slow burn.
Yeah.
You guys will laugh when
you'll thank me for explaining that. Doing all the hard work now so we can laugh about it later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you. I'll send you
some memes.
One.
Let's put one of those memes in the podcast right now, just so people get it.
Insert meme now. She looks like a golden girl singing it, so it's kind of funny too. Anyways, I got a PV Classic 30. Oh, yeah. It sounds great. There's nothing. I've not found anything wrong with it.
The combo,
little
right?
Combo tweed.
Yeah,
it's wrapped in tweed.
Those. Do you know what the tubes are in that? Is it 6V6s? Shit.
I had it up earlier.
But it's a 112, right?
Yeah, it's a little 112.
30 watt.
It sounds fine. I mean, I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll upgrade the speaker. Whatever. You can find $100 V30 or whatever, throw it in there. It might be good.
Yeah, but then you get to a point where like every amp that you have has V30s. It's like, okay,
I guess
switch it
maybe you're right.
I kind of
leave it alone.
Getting down that road because like Orange and V30, that's just all they used. Everything. So I'm like, I had Orange combos and every single one of them had V30s. I'm like, wonder what another speaker would sound like. And I still want to do that with my the AD15. I want to put a Celestian Blue in there, 15 watt. Supposed to be shinier. And so I'm like, yeah, something different. Because I'm like, I still have that one thing that this could be a dumb idea. But if I was like, I have that 4x12 Orange. I would think about like, what about putting 4 different speakers in there? That way, if you're like playing a show, you're still going to get one sound. But if you ever want to mic it, put the mic on.
You ever think of that one?
You ever think about that?
You ever think of that? Changing all your speakers out?
Because people have done that
for no fucking reason. You ever think of that one?
Well, people like it's common to do like the X pattern on like your Marshall cab or whatever. Where you get 2 greenbacks and then V30. And then you're like, yeah, that's a great combo. And it's like, but what if you just had 4 different speakers that could also be stupid and expensive? Once you get to the point where you have everything in there, you're like, wow, I hate this.
This sounds like shit. I'm glad I spent all that money.
I'm gonna put
and sold all the old speakers. I can't even go back.
And then there's a certain point. I'm like, you can't just be like keeping boxes of speakers.
Yeah, I have one.
You can't be slanging shit at your age.
All right, okay, so the power amp section is 4 EL84s.
Oh, okay.
With, it says a 12 AX7 driver.
Yeah, the preamp, yeah.
Yep, and then there's 2 of them in the preamp section.
It's probably like modeling like a Fender Tweed amp, kind of that deal.
Yeah.
But they're, modern version of it. Because that can actually, does it have channel switching on it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that we can get.
And it has a built-in reverb also.
Yeah, that way you can get it dirtier and get it cooking.
Yeah, it gets pretty, it can cook.
But it like
it can cook.
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Square.
But you get the
this thing can be get cooking. It can cook.
But I don't know. I would like to. The cleans are probably pretty good, right?
The clean and holy shit, loud and clean. Like I turned it up to like 1.
Yeah,
I was like, whoa, holy smokes! I'm turning that down.
Blow your window out.
Yeah, there's cats in the house. Oh, another fuck right there on the other side of the wall. Another freaking like running around like a madman.
They're just all of them are just doing circle 8s. Like they don't know what to do.
Dang, that's crazy. In the tone settings, it doesn't even have like it. Like they have the presets that whatever for rock, metal, blues, or country. They don't even have a section for the like the clean, like the normal. It says pick your own basically on the level of the volume.
It just says figure it out.
Yeah, and all the other ones have like EQs and whatever. But I'm like, I think it's funny. It's like,
did you ever? I don't know.
It's gonna be loud but still clean.
Yeah. Do you really like when they have like settings on like in user guides and stuff like that?
Just as I don't ever really use them. Just kind of find something that you like.
For plugins, I love the presets. I just kind of hit that and I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
Plugins. Oh my god, I'd be lost
all damn day
on some of those like the synths that I have. I'm like, what does that do?
I mean, even just
what does that control?
For this podcast, I have like presets for our like when I do EQ, gate, and compression. I'm like, I haven't changed that in fucking 4 years. It's been done. And then I've just left it. It's been fucking fine. because I think I put like some presets, and I'm like, yep, just that works. But let me just tweak this to where the number says 69, and then this one says
it's at 65. You're like, we'll just go a little more.
Yeah, that's honestly that's what I do. And then when we do the video podcast, I have like some presets, and I just make sure it's like 6.9 out of 10.
So stupid.
I said that to Eric
So
Marrow. Shout out to the kid, and he's like, Jesus Christ. Like my video settings, I just set it to like 6.9. He's like, fucking Christ.
You're asking him for advice on something, and then you're like, yeah, I just set to 6.9 or 69, whatever's closer.
69%, whatever opacity.
It's a huge difference.
If it's like percentage is like 69% for whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, that's gotta be the dumbest shit ever. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. Like, damn, that's why you guys sound so nice.
Yeah. That's why the podcast is
like,
nice.
You got it.
Primo. It's all right.
There's it's kind of cool. So it's got a effects loop.
Yeah.
Also. So this is like I think a 2012 model. So
yeah.
It's not like something super old. But
yeah,
I think it's still made in the U.S. Yeah, it's still made in Meridian. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. What was the deal on it? Was it a deal?
So,
or did you just
it was. I mean, compared to other, see on
compared
Reverb
to the
or
fucking
other,
Rolls Royce, yeah, it was a good deal.
I'll show you.
Shit.
It's the Cybertruck, yeah. Fucking, this is fucking smoking.
Dude, I've been seeing a bunch of those in San Diego recently. They must have just got
the shipment finally fucking made it
out here, and I'm seeing them. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I know it's cool concept. They're coming out of Texas, but I'm like, this ain't it, Chief. I'm like, not about it. This looks.
I think they're cool. Whatever. You're dumb. So
like, okay, I don't know.
It's made out in Texas, so it's good.
I know, but to me, I would just like,
no.
Even though they're fucking gigantic, a new Ranger would be sick compared to that.
Yeah.
They're not big.
They're not.
Even though it's like a goddamn.
You asked me a question.
Big, you're driving like a monster truck. It's like driving Gravedigger to get one of those new Rangers. But Jesus Christ.
You tell the guy in the lot, "Wow, I want a Ranger, not the Gravedigger."
Yeah.
He's like, "All right, well, it looks like we're getting you in a Ford Maverick, sir."
Yeah.
Perfect. Now, when I was here, I bought my own Focus here for $4,000.
No,
you have one of those around
That's
here?
my dad's thing. He's all like, I would never buy a car nowadays. You know how much they cost? I'm like, yeah, probably about like $50,000. Not that much.
Whoa, chill out.
Whoa, chill out. It's like you're like asking around $25,000 to $30,000. You know, when I bought my Ford Focus, it was bought it off the lot.
when I bought my piece of shit.
Yeah, he bought it like
I heard an ad. They were advertising them for was it for $4,500? So I drove down there and I paid cash that day.
Yeah, his story. Yeah, he loves to
you
tell
bought
that
the
stuff.
ugliest. He's colorblind, but he bought a red car.
Yeah.
Why? He's like red,
then,
green color, or whatever it is, red,
yeah.
blue, or whatever it is, red, green colorblind.
Yeah. And then, but he's like,
red.
He's like, still like, he's like, he would only buy a new car if he got it for like, what, the $4,000 or $7,000, what the hell it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's never going to happen. It's like he's holding on to that car with like both hands. It's like, you're never going to let it go. Because he's like, I can't pay $30,000 for a car.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I'm like, you could, but it's like, you won't.
Totally could.
God
damn.
This, like, I told you about going to the dump. We went, not the dump, the car wreckage yard or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah.
Pulling parts. And he's like, this is in great condition. And it's like, mine's in better condition than this one. I'm like, yeah, because yours is not in the junkyard.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, look at all these good parts on here. And I'm like, on your I told you that's where we got the seat, because he had a seat that was broken.
Damn, his seat was horrible.
He had a seat that was broken, so he shoved like like Rubbermaid containers behind his seat because it was like locked to where like it wouldn't lock anymore. And then he had like
so dangerous.
Yeah, a bunch.
What's the
of
point of
like,
having seatbelts at that point? You know.
And then he had a bunch of like
carry on, citizen. I see you have Rubbermaid. You have a brute trash can stuck behind your back seat. That'll save you.
And so like it was like
that's very ingenuity of you,
last
sir.
year some shit went and like just like rummaging through the wreckage yard, found the Primo seat, dug it out, and then like drove it back, and then he installed it. He's like, "Oh, that's so much better." I'm like, "Oh, you didn't even clean it? It's clean enough." I'm like,
"You don't know what's on that."
Exactly. And then he's just he's just off to the races. He's all good. He's like, "Yep, this bought me another 5 years for this car." 2002 Ford Focus. Now that's the car. I'm not much better. I just taped up my fucking seat on my truck, and I'm like, this is good for another 6 months. Thank you, Gorilla Tape.
We salute you, Gorilla Tape.
It actually is much better because I remember even just like driving on it, it started splitting apart. I would sometimes like lean over. So if I was going on like 805, that like where you go 805 to 8, like that turn, it's like sometimes I'm leaning too much. I'm like, ah, shit. I'm gonna go head first. I'm gonna spin out into Dave and Buster's. I had to really like make sure to like my body doesn't lean too. Anyways, but now that I taped up my seat, I'm like, oh, I'm ready for fucking Daytona.
Yeah, ready to hit that bank.
Yeah,
the bank that wall, baby.
Hit that Indy 500. What do you know about that? Catch the kid out there. What? I'm out there. Come on.
I'd like to go to something like that. Like
I don't think I could do that. I watched videos of the Are You Garbage guys going out there. So many people. Just a sea of people out there.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I would be like pissed off that I wouldn't have any fun. I can't get to where I want. I can't do anything that I want. I can't. If I want to get drunk, like your line is like an hour long. I'm like, to get a Bud Light, god damn. And then,
maybe not Indianapolis. Maybe just like a race.
Oh yeah,
we've talked about it, but we have a place here. It's not a NASCAR track. It's a F1 track.
Yeah.
Will be pretty sweet. But I don't know. I would like to go.
Yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool.
Said that, but
yeah, I mean,
I want to see cars go really fast and be loud,
and you just get drunk. That's of course, awesome. Sounds sick.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, shit, that sounds awesome. But
so anyways, with that amp, I got for $300.
Not bad.
So they're going for $500 and $700 at like one of the local stores.
Mm-hmm.
They had two of them, and I don't know if they were just different years or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm like, they're all the same size and made in the same place and the same tubes. And I mean, looking up in the manual, there's only one slot. There's only one, like on PV's manual search, you can look through all their support section and find every product they've ever made, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I don't know of any other brand that does that, right?
No. Yeah.
Available to,
on their
plebes
website.
like me.
Yeah. You can find them, but you have to like find somebody somebody.
Yeah, someone who fucking faxed it or something. Like scanned their manual they have.
Fucking Carfaxed it.
Yeah. Carfox.
Yeah.
So, oh shit.
Do a barrel.
So, what?
Do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll. Fox. Fucking worst.
Yeah, that piece of
Skippy or whatever.
Yeah.
The Skippy, is that the one that's like the frog one that's like
Slippy.
getting shot down all the time? Slippy.
That fucking piece of shit. It's like, how did you make it to the fucking Star Fox League?
Yeah.
Asshole.
How'd you make it through basic? You bitch.
Why don't you just stay home and just fucking clean up the barracks?
Yeah. like we know anything about space.
Yeah.
The space of wars.
What about a chef?
Anyways.
You can be a chef. I'm sure you're probably good because you're, looks like you like food. Just a fat little toad.
Yeah, damn. I remember playing that game all the time at like Target or Walmart or whatever, breaking your neck, looking straight up.
Yeah.
And
these all the games got.
And yeah, I remember, you play the demo or whatever. You don't get very far, I guess.
No, I think it was. Like I remember it being like the full game. So I see some kids who got pretty fucking far and hogging it, but I'm just still like, this looks like a fucking movie. My life's a movie.
The graphics are so fucking good.
Yeah.
God damn.
By the time you got on there,
like, when they're talking to you, they're like,
I mean, because they had voice acting in it, which was pretty cool. And then, but there was like, by the time you got up there, up to bat, your mom's like, okay, we're going. I'm like, are you fuck?
Yeah, and then you play as much as you can because she's walking away.
Mm-hmm.
And then you lose her,
Mm-hmm.
For me at least. The second you let my mom out of your sight, she's gone.
Yeah, you're saying that she's even doing that move now.
Yeah.
You go to Costco with your mom now, and she's just like,
you were right here. You were right here.
She's like rolling behind. She's fucking Assassin's Creed.
But I'm also just not the best too at finding things.
She's doing stealth where she climbs up on top of the rafters.
The rafters. Does an attack move and kills me. Yeah. Just like with a sword. Anyways, yeah, that's about what my mom would do. No, I put the little kitten down, and he was running around. He's playing with the other cats, and like I took my eye off him for like, I was standing next to him.
Yeah.
Gone. Like I looked away, gone.
Mm.
He's only like 1.5 pounds, right?
Yeah.
Fucking gone. I'm like, what the heck? Like, and he managed to like just get behind something and then keep walking behind it, and I found him, obviously.
Yeah.
But just like, I took my eye off him for a split second.
Yeah.
Just disappeared. Carrie and I were like, where the hell are you going? I'm like,
fucking no. I don't fucking
know.
I don't. He crawled up into the couch.
Yeah. God, that'd be horrible.
Yeah.
Cut the couch out to find him.
Yeah.
So yeah, this amp I got a good.
Yeah.
I think I got a good deal for it. And
that's not bad
at
all.
Like I said, it sounds great. Was it Tony said it's the what's the band? Fuck, Leonard Skinnerd sound.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't turned it up loud enough to get that point, but it takes pedals really well.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I haven't run it super hard and, see if it hits the front end, but, I could run through the effects loop if I wanted to. It lets you extend,
you were fucking around
extension
with
cab.
doing the effects loop on any of your
No,
okay.
I've never actually.
Yeah.
But, should I?
Yeah, I mean, if you like the sound of the amp, like I'm sure the Bravo has one, right?
The Bravo does. Actually, I think I have done it to the Bravo.
Okay, yeah.
I'm a liar. I think I have. But, yeah, I don't know. Why?
Well, because if you like the sound of the amp, but, it's like, say you like the drive and everything of it, but you want clearer delays and stuff like that, you would put that through the effects loop.
Okay.
So it's like you're adding the sound and the voice of the amp. Here you go. And then you put your, like, say you have your plug-in,
Yeah.
you have your amp sound, let's say for your HX.
And it puts the effects after
Yep.
the sound, after the preamp and stuff?
Yeah. And so,
okay.
Whereas the other way, you would be distorting, if you put your, like, delay and reverb in front of the distorted amp, you're distorting your delays and reverbs. Which is, people like that. People like, that's cool. Like, a lot of times it's not that big a deal. But, like, this way you're delaying and reverbing your amp sound.
Okay.
Delaying and reverbing your distorted sound. The other way, in front of the amp, you're distorting your reverb and delays. I kind of said that stupid, but you understand?
I got it. No, I understand.
Okay.
It didn't come with a foot switch.
Yeah.
But it has an extension speaker. You can run an extension out of it, which is still kind of cool.
Yeah, so you put another cab on there.
Put another cab. They do make like a extension cab, same style.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have a little mini stack.
An amp like that, you would never need another extension.
No.
30 watts, you're fucking fine.
If you wanted to, yeah.
Even your
I guess.
Bravo 15 watts, you're fucking fine. You'll never need any more of that.
I'm reading the manual here, and it says, for a special treat, try plugging in one of the classic enclosures. So, like, get another enclosure, right?
Yeah.
Or even a 412 EVH 5150 cabinet.
Yeah.
Into the external speaker jack. You'll find this particular combination has plenty of knock in the low end.
Yeah, there you go.
What does that even fucking mean?
I don't know. It's just boomy, more bass, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Blow your hair back.
Interesting. Yeah, so it's a cool little amp. So I'm stoked on it, and
but you're running out of space there.
Yeah.
You ain't lying.
I got a spot right here. I can put it right down below. But I got 2 guitars there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get my guitars back on the wall.
Yeah.
So, to do that, I'm gonna put a board across, make sure it's screwed in at multiple spots.
Yeah.
Into across the studs, and then sink that guy in, the bars in.
Yeah.
So
did you notice any like kind of sound reflection difference by putting that rug up on the wall? Like
yeah, I mean, other rooms in the house definitely.
Yeah.
Like if I'm home and I take a work call, I'll come in here.
Yeah.
Because like I can totally hear even just like when I'm in a room talking, I don't notice it, but I'm on the phone, I can hear my voice bouncing around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do notice it because there's a rug on this wall and a rug on this wall.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you get the double deal.
Yeah. And then plus when I'm sitting here on these boring fucking conversations you and I have, I can put my feet on the wall and it feels like I'm, walking up the wall.
Yeah.
I literally have my foot on the wall though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding. But anyways.
I'm just
kidding.
joking.
I'm just kidding, man.
No, but seriously. You're boring.
No. But yeah, so I guess what's new? I mean, we're under like a tornado watch right now.
Yeah.
So hopefully I don't get blown into the Wizard of Oz. I don't know.
Yeah.
Blown by the Wizard of Oz. So
it's like, yeah.
We'll see how it goes. But
you have your little basket with your 3 cats.
Yeah.
You have your sparkly Red Wing boots.
Just glitter. Just shitty glue and glitter on them.
We're not in Texas anymore.
But I don't know. That's my what's new. I don't really have a whole lot.
Yeah, no,
but
that's all right. All right. You got 2 new fucking pieces of gear. That's pretty good.
Yeah, dude. This fucking strap is money.
Yeah, it's money green.
What are you? What do you got?
Played the gig last weekend. It was actually fun as fuck. I thought it was gonna suck all the dick, but just because it was like a Saturday show, we kind of got added on because somebody hit us up on Instagram or whatever, and we're like, oh, let's do it, just because it's maybe last show for a little while because the guys are doing trips with the family, scheduling practice and recording is going to be a little tough over the summer. So
yeah,
let's just get this one done. And also we want to focus on the recording. Try and knock that out. And then so we can get back to Ben Moore and have him mix it. So we were like, let's just do these shows. The last one at the fucking La Mesa bar, like the Bozo Brigade who ran that thing. And I'm like, okay, Tower Bar.
Everyone was a dickhead.
Just dipshit. And then Whereas this one, it's like, oh, Tower Bar. I haven't played there since 2019. I think maybe the last show was with Plane or even Just in Case, but it was 2019. It was like, it's been
damn
so long. That,
long
time flies, by the way, Shit. So let's go. Let's play. Come on. Tower Bar is always a good time. But this one was a Saturday show, but it was a day show. So started at 3:30. So it was like 3:30 to 7. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I mean, there kind of is a built-in crowd at Tower Bar, but I'm like, I don't know how many people are going to be there.
Yeah.
So, but we get there, and then find a parking spot in the lot. So great. So you're not driving all around town to try and find a parking spot. And then, so that's cool. And then we're like, okay, let's set up. So the plan was there's 2 acoustic acts before us, like solo acoustic acts. And then
gross.
And then us, and then another band. So it's just a 4-act bill. And there was a touring guy from Portland. He's like, it's kind of his like show that he kind of set up. So he was second, and then us, and then the closing band. Okay, and then there was another opener, local guy. And I'm like, okay, so nothing too crazy. So we're like, the idea is like we're gonna set up before the show starts, that we're pretty much line checked and everything's ready to go, so that we, as soon as the acoustic guy second one is done, we just like maybe 5 minutes start, boom, right?
Yeah.
And so we're getting there, and then so we wanted to go in-ears this time, but Tower Bar, they beefed up their PA system, which is actually kind of cool. So a little bit bigger speakers, bigger.
Nice. They really should beef up the railing on the outside of the building. Maybe some bollards.
Yeah, they keep getting fucking cars running into that ball. But I think they expanded the stage or something. Or maybe they built it out more. I have no idea.
Maybe they had that hole punched in by the last fucking car that went through there.
Wasn't it like a cop car that?
It was a cop car. Yeah, they were chasing someone. Well, it's like it's a really bad spot for a bar.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, it's like right on like an intersection. It's a weird sharp intersection.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's no surprise that they've been hit twice or 3 times. Was it twice?
I think it's at least 3 times. I think. Dang. It was like back in I don't know,
the 40s. Someone was killed.
Yeah.
I know that someone was playing. The drummer got hit last time.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was. Anyway, since they've been hit and then rebuilt or whatever, it feels like the stage is bigger. This time we played, and all 3 of us were on the stage, comfortably.
Nice.
Like the stage is bigger. They must have moved.
Yeah. Maybe they came out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But anyways, so beefed up the stage. Their bigger PA system, so it's like a actual mixer power amp situation. And
nice.
So they could handle bigger speakers, so it's not just like a practice PA like they used to have. So we were like, Brian played there, and then they have like a sub actually, so like it's more going on there. And then so Brian played there last year with Hardly Human, so he was more familiar with the PA setup. He's like, no, we could totally run it in ears here. Let's do it.
Nice.
So we got that all set up. So Brian, kick and snare mic, and then we did guitar mic'd up, bass DI, and then our 3 vocal mics. I'm like, this PA can totally handle it, and you just have the 2 acoustic guys have like other 2 tracks, and there's like another I think the first 6 7 inputs are ours. It's like, hey, we'll take these, and then you guys have the last half. Just do what you want. So, and there was actually a sound engineer there now.
Well, that's crazy.
Sound guy, and he's setting things up.
It sounds like I'm being facetious or whatever. That's crazy, but it's true because you would always have to run your own sound.
Mm-hmm. So
it's weird. His other bars are the same owner. You wouldn't have to.
But it's just the way that this is set up. But anyways, and we're like, oh, so he was helping us out, and then we got our things going. But we were taking a little bit longer just because we got there later than we wanted to.
Yeah.
So doors are opening, and then we're still kind of just, fumbling around. Like, for the touring guy, he looks like we're just like fucking around, like being rock stars up there. I'm like, no, dude, if we set this up like right, we're just turnkey start. And he's like, you guys can do this later, you guys can do this, after, I play. And I'm like, no. And then Brian's like, nah, we're good. And then, cause like I took the cue that the guy was like, get the fuck off the stage, let's start the show. And Brian's like, nah, we're good. Cause like, it was like, we know what we're doing. Let's give us a second. Cause like we have our in-ear set up. We have the line level. And once we get everything checked, we're done. We're ready to go.
Yeah.
So anyway, like he, kind of just like at a certain point, it's like, I guess I just back off and let them do their thing. We only took maybe 5 minutes after the doors were open, and then we got everything. It was like, okay, we're good. Okay, turn everything off. Turn the body packs off because we still went wireless in-ear setup. Because I'm like, why the hell not?
Yeah.
And then the acoustic guys did their thing. So it was 2 acoustic acts, and I was like, yeah, these are fun. It's cool. Some guys playing covers, some kind of doing some stuff. And then, yeah, I'm like, Tower Bars is always a fun vibe. And like during the day, I'm like, that's still pretty fun. And then, yeah, I was like, oh, they got White Claws on deck here. I'm gonna drink some White Claws. And then like I had like a White Claw, and then I realized like I'm at the fucking Tower Bar. I gotta drink.
Get something dirty.
I gotta do PBRs, bro. I can't PBR tall boys. I gotta do that.
It's even worse than that. You're supposed to get Tecate there.
Really, to me, like Tower Bar is always a PBR thing.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah. So, and then they did their thing, and then we got up on stage, and for some reason there was a weird thing. Now this to me still doesn't make sense. So my bass amp was like picking up,
air traffic controller,
a Mexican radio station.
Again,
this is.
Didn't you have that?
No, I don't remember that.
Huh?
Maybe it was a Tower.
I thought it was I thought it was recently that you were picking up something. I've had it through a pedal before.
Well, it was just through my amp, and because I was going DI out of my, pedal board, which was going to the PA, which was fine, and then I just wanted my my amp to give a little kick because Adam's amp was live. And it was like pretty fucking clear. And I'm like, how is this going through? But the thing is that was weird is it was not going through the amp. It was going through my now PA DI signal.
Huh.
And then I switched like outlets. So I'm like, oh, let me go through the same outlet as, my dark glass pedal and shit. No, still doing it. Okay. All right. Adam's amp didn't have a problem. It wasn't my bass picking it up, like through like pickups or anything. It was just my amp. And I'm like, the amp is not in the signal with the PA, really. And then I'm like,
weird.
So I'm like, all right, like this is gonna fuck up, the show and our in-ears. It really is, distracting. So I'm like, okay, let me turn it off and then start playing like just a quick sound check. And I'm like to the crowd, I'm like, does the bass sound fine? And they're like, yeah, I don't really notice the difference. I'm like, all right, because I'm not playing this amp. Good thing I brought it. So, and then we played, and yeah, because of our in-ear setup, and like Brian, he's not a super like loud drummer. He wants to, sound good, so he's not just like blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Also, he doesn't want to break his cymbals. So, like, I didn't really have to like, challenge going over the drummer, and it sounded fine. And people were enjoying it. And it's like, we were like, yeah, you sounded really good here. Like,
I know.
And not like that, but it's like, yeah, the in-ears really help. And I'm like, God damn, we should have done this years ago. And then, like, we want a balanced mix. We don't really want, like, I'm not trying to be like, well, I want bass only. Fuck you, Adam. And Brian's not like, I want to be the loudest Travis Barkery drummer ever. Like, he's like, No, we all want to sound good because we're all actually singing too. We don't want to overpower anything because we want the vocals to shine.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fun. Weird and sucks about the bass amp. I don't know what the hell that's about. I don't know if it's, but Adam had no problems. I'm like, maybe it's my stage. I don't know, but nobody else had that issue except for me. And I'm like, they can't be just the amp. I'm like, whatever.
Probably a grounding issue on your side of the on your side of the stage.
Could be. And I'm like, maybe next time I could bring like a power strip. And I'm like,
but you're going wireless. It could have been your wireless also.
I wasn't going wireless bass. I was going wireless in-ears.
Pack. Okay, that's right.
So
didn't you buy a wireless though setup?
I do, but I didn't use it for that show because the stage was bigger, but it still was small enough to where like cable is fine. Let's say that there's certain shows where I would just not use the wireless, which is cool about that Shure GLX 16 or whatever the fuck thing I bought.
Yeah.
Because this is like the plus version, the new version, where it has the option to plug in a cable or use it as a wireless. So
that's cool.
When I want to, which is like, I'm like, what a goddamn great.
Is it a tuner also?
Yes, it is. So, sure. Blowing out of the pocket. Like, what a cool
idea. What was it called?
I don't know. GLX 16, I think.
I gotta know.
The plus, whatever the newest one is. Yeah, it's not cheap, but it's very cool. Very awesome.
GLXD?
Yeah.
Pedalboard
plus? Yeah. Because it's the newest one. So the old one didn't have that option to plug in a cable.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
$500?
Yeah, you know.
Holy shit.
And the compressor that I got, it wasn't cheap either.
Yeah.
So, but as the thing is, as soon as you plug a 1/4-inch cable into it, it knows that you're not running a body pack. Just runs. There's no switching, nothing, no programming you have to do. And then when I have the body pack, which charges via USB, just have that, and I can sync up real instantly. It's very cool. So
real instantly.
I know. I just said that. I'm like, he got me. I was on the.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Another stupid saying from Brian.
Yes. Yes.
No, I love my bass board, my bass setup. Everything's great. So, I guess they accept it for the amp. So.
Should I add to my wish list on Sweetwater and see if he calls me? Hey, we got a demo unit in stock for that if you'd like. It's going to be the same price.
It was everything. I mean, sounds stupid, but I'm like, what a piece of utility that I'm like, this is everything that I wanted it to be. Because I remember looking at the Tom from MXPX. He has one, but he has the older version. So if he was trying to run a cable, let's say the wireless went out, he had to have like switching system to where it switched to a cable that he plugged in. I'm like, man. Sure was just like, oh yeah, let's just make this easier and better.
I think this is gonna make it into our topic actually.
Mm-hmm.
For what we're gonna
but
make it real boring.
Yeah. Besides that, I didn't buy. Well, I think we might need to stretch my what's new a little bit more. But
okay, all right, whatever.
But before we get into the topic, which is about gear, and Kyle bought some gear this past week. I bought stupid shit.
Oh, some more figures?
No, although I got a few on my watch list.
Close.
I bought something for my EDC. So this is a gaming emulator handheld. So it's about the size of like a Game Boy Pocket. It's Anbernic 350 RG350V. That's a mouthful. It's too stupid. But it has like even back buttons.
Legit games?
It has some pretty cool games on there. It emulates PS1 games really well. And then it has pretty much a bunch of gene picks for all the Nintendo stuff. Okay. I thought it can if you have the RAM or ROMs or whatever of like Pokemon games, of fucking Mario games or whatever, but they're not on here. They don't come included. They come included with a lot of stuff. Turtles in Time.
Can can you put the game into that?
Yeah, you can upload games, but I don't know how to do that, and I don't want to get a virus on my computer. So, but it comes with
you have a Mac. You can't get a fucking virus. Dude.
But also, I don't know how to do that. So I bought this. It wasn't like super expensive, but I just like this was kind of a thing. I'm like, I can just throw this in my, nutsack, a bag, and I just have like a little gaming thing for if I'm like on a break, or if I'm like we're on a break, or if I'm like somewhere I just want to like quick gaming. This is fun. I'm like they have Spyro, Crash Bandicoot on here, and then like I said, Turtles in Time. Actually, this has a game that I want to get started on, and I've always wanted to play. Is Chrono Trigger is on here, and then the screen's all dirty. Oh, my fucking fingers on there. But
fucking Buffalo Wild Wing chicken fingers on there.
But this was. I mean, I didn't need to buy it. Again, this is why I don't have a house or anything, because I buy stupid shit like this. But it's like actually like I'm like, this is cool. It's like it has like the little analog, or not the analog, but the little triggers on the back, like I said, but it has like the thumbsticks on the front, which are also buttons.
Yeah. I'm just confused. Like there's 4 buttons on the back side.
Yeah.
Right? So how do you do that?
Yeah.
So you just know to read. Okay. I guess.
I mean, it's not as comfortable as like a controller, but it's like, it's a little portable, John. And I'm like, this was a fun purchase. So this is in my EDC, which I carry to work. And I'm like, do I need it? No. Could I just play Tetris on my phone and be fine? Yeah, I have done that. When I went to Discount Tire on when I had that fucking nail or bolt in my tire, I was fine listening to Are You Garbage and playing Tetris. Primo day, actually.
Yeah, it'd be real dangerous if I had something like that. I mean, I don't find myself playing games if I'm like having downtime, whatever. I don't do that. But.
No, it would be just like a little quick. Like I don't play this too much at home. Although I do want to start Chrono Trigger and give that a run. So I mean, the games that it has on it, which is like I said, it has a shit ton, but there's a lot of crap on here too. So if you buy it, but the whole idea is you can put your own emulators and ROMs on it, which I don't know how to do. But it comes with some cool ones. And then another like gaming, because I'm like, dude, I'm a fucking gamer now, dude. Hit me up.
Look at me, I'm a gamer, bro.
I got some new Joy-Cons for my Switch. So these are the Hyperion.
Those look like more like JOI cons, if you know what I mean.
So I was like, I don't really play my Switch, which is like one of the biggest features of it. I don't play it handheld very often because I'm like, it's kind of uncomfortable with the Joy-Cons like stock ones that comes with it. Which I'm like,
those freaking huge mitts that you got.
No, it's just like you're used to. If I'm used to like a controller or whatever, and these are just stupid problems, right? To like think I need to solve a problem. Solve this. My algorithm is like, hey, dumbass, check these things out. So there's different things that Johnny was even mentioning. I think he has, but it's like the little, like, I don't know, like a Nintendo Switch that you can put like a fucking hand holder or whatever on it, like a grip. And then like he's like, oh, you can play that and it's more comfortable because he's more of a. This is stupid, but this is getting into dumb territory. We're talking about this, but Johnny and I talking. He's like, oh, he's like, I never really played my Nintendo Switch, docked as a console. It's like I play it pretty much handheld. I'm like, oh, I would play it the other way. Like, cool. Let's talk about this. We're adults. And then he was saying, oh, you can get like a little like a controller like fit where it slides in there and you can play it a little better. But then I'm like, like I have a Nintendo Switch Pro controller. Like I bought one for like $70 goddamn dollars, and it has a thing called like drift on it now because it's like the stick just is stuck in one direction. And you have to, like, which was common for the Joy-Cons on Nintendo Switch, where people say like, oh, it's fucking bullshit things that they do. Whatever, like, I don't know. Joysticks that they use are shit.
Yeah.
and then
the servo. I don't even know what it is. Servo is what they're called.
Something breaks down, where just like over time, and Nintendo is like, oh well, we'll replace it. But over time, it's like, okay, they're not going to replace these old things. And then
this old thing.
Third-party companies that have come out with like, oh, hall sensing or whatever new technology of like, thumbsticks. Which I'm like, oh, okay, and then they integrated those into this is now nerd shit. I'm like, I probably shouldn't have went into this. Sorry. Integrated those into different controllers, and then now somebody made it with like, on to Joy-Cons, and then they made it like thicker to where it's like feels like you're playing like, I don't know, like a controller. Was it Steam Deck? Kind of to me, I'm like, it kind of looks like one. I don't know, more like a modern. Or not modern handheld.
Steam Deck. I hardly knew them.
But yeah, so it kind of looks to me. But they came out in this stupid, which I mean, you might like this army green. That was the first one that this company came out with. Like only that color, only. And it's like, why wouldn't you come out with black or white first?
Good, the only color worth anything.
And then they came out with like, oh, we have a new version, purple. I'm like, okay, better, but. And then I saw like an advertisement like, hey, we have this like the Pro Controller Joy-Cons for Hyperion, I guess NYXI is the company. So they only make
Nixie?
Kinda. Maybe.
Nixie?
Could be. But they was like, oh hey, we came out with the one that I was, wanting to get. Came out in black. Like black on black and everything. I'm like, that's what you should have done in the first fucking place. And I'm like, that's what I want. So I bought it. And they're awesome. I'm actually playing my Switch more handheld nowadays. But it makes it less portable.
Yeah.
That's why I have this, and then I get this. I'm just fucking off more ways than one. That's my what's new. Should I have shared that? I don't know. Maybe that just shows why I'm bad at, money. I just gotta spend
that stuff isn't that much money that you're buying.
No, not really, but still. Building this EDC, bro, this is pretty fucking sweet. Be like, oh no, I have some downtime. Guess what? Turtles in Time.
Yeah. That'd be sick.
New York, 3 a.m. Anyways, so you had a topic. So we kind of had a segue, but I had to stop it and step on it.
Oh, God, we had such a good segue.
My gaming section. Oh. What if I just deleted all that?
Yeah.
No! I have to brag about my cool shit. You gotta do that?
Yeah, I have a topic. Basically, what we're thinking. Basic bro baseboard.
Or it's like,
just like your, I was thinking. So what brought up for me is my uncle. He's playing. Not that it's not that he's a starting bass player, but he doesn't have pedals, right? But not that you have to, I guess. Yeah. But he's playing bass, just with like a simple, just directly into the amp. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking, okay, well, I showed him kind of the stuff that I have used before. So like, a small pedal board that if your amp dies or something happens or whatever, you have a backup, right? So you have a Sans amp, or whatever, And I think he's more into running the headstock tuner. He's a boomer. Come on.
Yeah.
He's a boomer. But
well, I mean, just goes like with my setup that I had a tower bar. I couldn't use my amp.
Yeah.
I was fucked in my
picking
ass,
up,
as they say.
Yeah, as they say.
And so
I was getting railed in my asshole, as they say. It's so graphic, and you're like, they say that, right? They say that. They do say that.
All the dicks that could be shoved up an ass, I had them.
Me, I had them. I hated it. I didn't like it.
I did.
You really sell us on that. I hated it.
I didn't like it. Wink.
Not enjoyable.
A double wink.
Blink, blink, blink,
blink. Blink, blink, blink. So I always think of like a double wink. It's like wink, wink.
Double wink is just a blink, dude.
No, it's not one at a time, but it's like. You have to hit both eyes. In case they didn't get it, you just like right in their face, like, winking, like.
Yeah. So I was having a conversation with him just to get him thinking. Just like, all right, not to like, oh, your shit could fail on stage. Like, oh, the boogeyman.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about this one?
Look here.
So I showed him my pedal board, which was a tuner, compressor, drive, and then a SansAmp or a DI.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, that. And then I was scrolling, as I do, Facebook Marketplace. And I'm like, oh, someone's got the V1, which is sick, of the bass driver, SansAmp bass driver. And they had a mini pedal board they're selling with it too. So like $200 for both. I was like, shit, that's a good start.
Yeah. And
then we were talking about that Shure setup. I'm like, dang, if you had the DI and that thing, it's a tuner.
Yeah.
But it is expensive.
Yeah. So, I've talked about it. My setup has been solid since I got that tuner, because that was like the one thing that I wanted to get. I think I got it last November, maybe December, and it's been just awesome. I'm like, this was overkill, the whole board. I didn't need to be this extra, but I was. So I have, just a pedal train, nano board.
Extra? You're using that word now?
Yeah.
Brian's so extra.
Yeah. I'm Gen Z, dude. I want to be with the cool kids.
No cap.
No cap, dude.
I don't even know if they use that anymore.
It was, so I got my pedal train nano board, which I'm not going like balling out with that because it's fine. And then because I was like, oh, I could maybe do all this with daisy chain, but nah, I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah.
I'm doing the CS6, so the clean isolated power supply that fits under the nano, because why not?
When in Rome,
you got to do.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, love the SansAmp, love your SansAmp, and I used your pedal board for a good while till had to give it to you.
Yeah,
like,
I want it back
because it's yours. And so okay, so that kind of pushed kick in the ass. I'm like, get your own board together, be gone, come on. So I was like, okay, you know what DI I want? I've always wanted to Dark Glass B7K Ultra V2, because it has the IR loader, it has the headphone out. I'm like, okay, so that's what I did. Got that, and that was holy shit. And then I originally had the MXR mini bass compressor, which is good, but I noticed when I was playing clean, I could hear a little bit of distortion, and I'm like, even though I'm going through the B7K Ultra and there's a lot of distortion on it, I'm like, I don't want distortion coming from my compressor. I want it to come from my fucking, the distortion preamp pedal that I have. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I should get a $300 compressor.
You already have a $400 Dark Glass pedal.
So get the Cali 76 bass compressor from Origin Effects. And that thing just doesn't sound bad ever. Like sometimes I'll play it, I'll take it out of the bag, and I forget to reset my settings because I don't tape them down or whatever. And then I just kind of remember them. But I'm like, oh, this was not my settings, but it wasn't bad.
Well, shit, maybe I should have said this is a budget.
Oh, and I'm just kind of going over my board here.
You're bragging.
Yeah,
humble brag here.
Yeah, I had to. And then
your pedal board is more expensive than your amp. Usually, it's hard to do.
And then the tuner, I have that GLX Shure, which is like $500 for a tuner.
Yeah.
But it's also a wireless. So my board is...
So yeah, 3 pedals?
3 pedal. 3 pedal setup, it is done. I never turn off the distortion, never turn off the compressor. I just use the tuner mute.
Yeah.
And so to me, I'm like, that's my ultimate board. I'm like, it's everything I want it to be. It's done. So I don't know if I'm going budget, but I think just like what are good, just maybe a basic board. I didn't know if we were going to go beginner or just basic. Like, hey, I want this to sound good and be fun, but I don't need to, lose my ass on it. Like I bet my board is over $1,000. I mean, well over $1,000.
Yeah.
Stupid. Don't do that, kids. But I love
Okay,
it.
so if you were to do one pedal, you could just go with the dark glass. You don't really need.
Oh yeah,
Right.
you could do
you
a
could just
headstock
go
tuner
with the dark glass.
and a headstock tuner.
Yeah.
And we talk about headstock tuners and not liking them and stuff like that. My guitarist has one. That's his favorite thing. Like he has I think was it TC Electronic Polytune. He has one of those. But he's like, oh no, it kind of wastes space on his board because he wants the smallest rig possible, but the best kind of options on it. So like, you're right. I just always liked a pedal tuner, not have something on my headstock, but it really doesn't matter. To be honest.
Okay, so let's say we're gonna knock that your rig down to two pedals. Let's say we wanted a DI and we wanted a tuner. Okay. Let's say, and we could throw on a nano.
Yeah.
And then you could have a space in the middle where you could throw an effect on. So if you wanted to have different distortions or some type of drive or whatever, OD, whatever you wanted, you could throw it on there. Or if you wanted to, I want to do a phase 90. At least you have a spot for it.
Yeah.
You could throw it on there and just like during practice, kick it on.
Mess around with it. And then like just when you play, a show, you can just like, I don't hit that pedal because it's not going to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, okay, you have your B7K Ultra. I have the SansAmp. I also have the Badwater setup too, which is it's a DI, right?
But it's got
a drive. It has compressor, has EQ, has a really powerful EQ actually.
Now that would be a great one, and throw that with a tuner, and that would be my two pedals.
Yeah, it's just the only thing it doesn't have like if you need. I mean, it has DI, but it doesn't have like an amp emulation. It doesn't have like I guess it's fine.
Yeah,
you don't really need that.
A lot of times people go just DI with bass.
Yeah, it's not like an amp sim or anything.
Yeah.
But you could run it into one if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
I guess. You could run it into something that you could do load an amp sim or something.
Well, I think a good one that is underrated that most people don't talk about is the MXR Bass DI Plus, I think.
Yeah.
Johnny has one. He says like, yep, this does what I need it to. It sounds great. I've had a recording with him using it. I'm like, yeah, this sounds good. It sounds great. It's just like both of us, I think, are thinking of SansAmp, Dark Glass.
Yeah.
Ampeg. Well, Ampeg has one that is really big. I think, Johnny has it and he likes it, but it's like he's kind of like, the scrambler thing is not the best. But it's like,
yeah, I want to say they updated that thing since he's gotten his.
But
they have like a V whatever. They have another version of it.
Yeah. I mean, he's got like the MXR, I think, DI Plus, Bass DI Plus. He's like,
cheap.
Yeah. He's like,
it's cheap.
It's probably get those for under 100.
Oh yeah, that's a good. Yeah, get some tuner, either headstock or pedal, and run that thing. Throw it on the floor if you don't have a
Mm-hmm. Whereas I'm like, I was like, I still have it because I'm like, that's a good little pedal. That Bass DI Mini, great. It did what I needed to, or what I like in a pedal, or like a compressor pedal for bass. It kind of
Bass DI Mini. What?
No, bass. Did I say DI? Bass compressor Mini.
Oh, okay.
They do have a kind of the thump, which is like an amp.
Oh,
EQ
that's
kind of
right.
deal. So you can get that. I don't think that had an XLR out. Is the only thing.
I don't think it does.
Yeah, that's the only thing. You'd prefer to have one. If you're gonna play shows.
Yeah, it's a mini pedal. I don't think there's enough room to put one on there. But they said it couldn't be done with the Carbon Copy Mini, and they did it.
Yeah,
and we did it.
We did it, folks.
We did it. Pack it up. Let's go.
I know. I mean, it's boring to say, but I love a compressor on bass. Don't like them on guitar too much. I don't like super love them, but on bass, I'm like, there's something about it. It's like, it really helps make it sound like and the thing is, I sound like an idiot talking about it because I know our boy Co. He's like, he's like, I never had one that I liked. It's like, why waste your time or whatever on that? Just like adjust your pick attack or what you're doing. I'm like, I get it, but like, shut up.
Cole, just sometimes just
I
shut
know
up.
what you're saying is true, but like, let me live my lie, okay?
Let me live my truth, which is a lie.
Why, I tell you. So
the thump, yeah, it does. I'm looking at it right now. It's got in and out on it, right? It doesn't have a DI or a XLR, but interesting. Some of these are saying they're Echoplex, that they're running the Echoplex preamp. Maybe,
okay.
I don't know. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe that's wrong.
Mm,
Yeah,
but-
this one also says Echoplex preamp, thump, and it's got more of an EQ on it, so you can mess around with it. Maybe that's what they did. They just took the Echoplex preamp, which is a sick preamp, by the way.
Yeah.
It one knob, and that thing is like,
yeah, but
that's
it's
awesome.
That, and it has an EQ on it, so you can EQ your bass.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say, like, I don't know, get some sort of DI for your bass at the end, and then, you know, a tuner, like you said, whether it's a pedal or a headstock tuner, and then just, you don't need a compressor, but I mean, they're great. But, you know,
if you're playing fast music, if you're just doing quarter notes,
you're probably not going to need it. I mean, you played the longest time without a compressor, and fine. Fucking fine. I think we played
I fucking crushed it, dude.
Some of the biggest shows we've ever played in our careers.
Yeah,
without
into an amp.
Yeah, just straight into an amp. That's it. Straight in. So, not even a pedal. You need to have one in sight.
I had my rack tuner, okay,
rack tuner and an SVT3.
All right, Pro. I had the light show.
Yeah,
you know, I brought the light show, dude.
Yeah, you had on your amp. You had the light show. Kyle, you were the smoke show. Come on.
Oh yeah.
What are we doing here? Come on. And then it was, you know, but I mean, if you want to like fuck around and find out, you can have that little space on your pedal board for swapping your pedals out. And then you just, that could be fun because I'm like, you don't have to use bass pedals on your pedal board, but I like them just because I like the idea of like having that. Most of them have a dry blend knob. But as far as like favorite like fuzzes and drives, like I'm not a big, besides the dark class, like drive guy, but as far as like fuzzes go, it's like really not a big fan. But it's that
Northern Creeper.
Yeah, no, that's the guitar fuzz, but I'm like, Daredevil also makes the bass. Ooh, I'm a boner. What the hell is it called? I don't want to just go grab it. Shit, Brian. I liked it. I talked to Johnny at Daredevil. I'm like, this is the one. If you put a blend knob on there, that might be it, because most people are modding it. He's like, I think I'm thinking about it. But also Johnny Ray bought me that.
It's the Almighty Bass.
Almighty Bass. Now that is primo. That's probably my favorite fuzz pedal for bass. And that was one that's meant for it. So he kind of designed it to, kind of keep those low frequencies intact, not lose them through a fuzz, because you kind of fizz them out.
Yeah, definitely gone.
Yeah.
On other fuzzes.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not super adventurous when it comes to effects on bass, because I'm just thinking like, dragging it, just the facts, man. Just doing my job. I'm not trying to fuck around, but I'm like, yeah, I think, there's definitely a space for it, and it's fun because I'm like, you talk to Johnny Ray, talk to Colin Smith over there. They're doing crazy shit. A bunch of crazy boys over there on bass. But, I mean, that gives you the flex space to do something like, just get your DI pedal, a tuner, and then just have space to, I don't know, put some sort of pedal on there. You could, cheat and just put a HX stomp on there, and just, you got all the pedals, all the effects, right?
Yeah.
It's not a bad move. Like I said, I watched that one Rhett Shull video where he did like a fly rig board and just a bass to a jam show with the JHS guy, Josh Scott. And he's like, well, I'm bringing an HX stomp. I'm like, all right, well, that's kind of cheating. But yeah, I mean, I guess you did it.
Yeah.
But because you could just like, I have a bunch of presets on here that of like things I could want to use. I'm like, yeah, not a bad move. And they're, more and more stuff that Line 6 releases, they're, getting lower, so you can get an HX Stomp for not a bad deal. If that's just your effects that you're going to try with bass, I'm like, they have a lot of good ones. So,
I mean, you're not going to get a deal like I got, but, dirty in a pawn shop. I don't think so.
Yeah. You're hitting them, and it's like, hit them where it hurts. I'm like, I know you've just been sitting on this. And
yeah, because I've been seeing it. It's been here forever.
Yeah, and you're just
one. Yeah, and it's true. Like no one would ever buy that.
Mm-hmm.
They have other pedals. They have like the Kettner, Hughes and Kettner stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no one's ever gonna buy that. It's like it's like a pedal amp or whatever it is. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Nowadays, like nobody's like, what the hell? I don't want that unless you're like a collector.
Yeah, I mean, it might be kind of cool, but I wouldn't know what to do with that thing.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think we're both on the same page. It's like, just keep an open spot and you can swap pedals out and just see what works for you. Because maybe you are a fuzz guy on bass. Yeah. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We made that work. Let's bring it in for a landing. What do you say?
Let's do it.
All right. Thank you for tuning into the Tone Jerks podcast. If you like what you hear, you can follow along on social media. We're on Instagram at the Tone Jerks. Posted over there. And then we're of a Facebook group. Search the Tone Jerks. You'll find it. But both of those are linked in the description below. And then we're on YouTube. Give us a sub. Give us a dom. Give us a hoagie over there.
Brian wants all the hoagies.
Yeah, help us get to 600 hoagies. Yeah, it's funny that when like people do subscribe, like there was a time when we missed a couple episodes or whatever, and just like, how are you finding this channel? And like, and then some episodes do really well. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyways,
how are you finding this?
It's worth doing and giving us so you can watch Kyle and I sit and talk to each other.
Yeah, super interesting.
Versus
just listening. Abuse your ears.
Yeah.
Let us abuse your eyes at the same time.
I want to get the channel back up and running, getting some videos going. So RJ and I have been talking. RJ Telly Talks, shout out to him. Doing some collabs and getting some stuff going. So trying to get the motivation back to do that. So but yeah, so keep an eye on, subscribe on YouTube. Also linked in the description. But if you like the show and you want to help support us, you can do so on patreon.com/thetonejerks. And then we're posting extra bonus episodes over there. You can support for as little as $1 a month, but if you double down just for $2 a month, you get an extra episode every week, and you get the whole back catalog of the bonus episodes. And currently, like, we've missed some weeks because of work or whatever we got going on in our lives.
Crazy weather.
Yeah. We don't miss the bonus, and so there's more bonus episodes actually than main. And we don't just post this episode early or whatever like some other podcasts do. It's a whole different shit. So different
ball game.
Yeah, a whole different kind of format over there too. I love this one, but I do like Patreon too. So go check it. Check us out there. $2, give it a shot. You can download all of them and then quit and then come back in a couple. Anyways, I don't need. You can game the system. Come on. But just for the support, we want to give you all a shout out, a huge, sizable acknowledgement. Colin, you got a list over there?
I got it right here.
Why don't you give it to you?
I have Andrew Walsh from Andrew's Alcove and Red 4, his synth project. Yeah, I fucked it up already. All right. Start over. Abe Newman, Michael Newman, Nicholas Basin, Nicholas Ogburn, Doug King, Joe from the Like My Network, Masters of the Cinematic Universe, and also the Just Surprising Podcast. We got RJ Smith from Telly Talks and also Televised Neon.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew from Red 4 and RJ from Televised Neon both have everything posted on
Spotify.
Yeah, on Spotify, on Apple Music. Check them out. You got Jamie Davis, Johnny Ray, Steve Rao from 60 Cycle Hum, Kevin E. Quits from E. Quits Guitars, Co. Schneider from the band Night Tides out of Tennessee,
Oh, yeah.
Alvaro Viramontes, and Cole likes fuzz. He loves fuzz on guitar, I think.
Probably on bass,
so much that he's got a circuit in one of his guitars.
Yeah.
A fuzz circuit from Leon from Pelican Noiseworks.
Yeah, so if you like fuzz and you're like, oh, I hate how these guys don't like fuzz, go talk to Co and tell him to try and convert us. It ain't happening, pal.
Right? I have fuzzes, and they're fun to play with. They're actually fun to mess around with.
Mm-hmm.
But when you actually make a song, you're like, that does not fit as well as I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't want to hear it.
Like, I am not in Jefferson Airplane. This is not gonna work.
This is pissing me off.
You're pissing me off. You pissing me off?
No,
Anyways, Alvaro Viramontes, Brian Nutter of Nutter Guitars, Mel Chibson of Chibson Guitars, Sean Arbo from Gun Street Wiring Shop. We got Sean Fahey from the band Shadowhounds.
Oh, yeah.
Sean Wright from Lollygagger Effects. We got Juan Ortiz from Tone Hungry Effects. We got Mike Oxbig. Denny Whacked It. And Zach hailed all over everyone. We got Eric Merrill from YouTube, Instagram, and the Movie Podium Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
We got Scott Hamilton from the Effects Loop Podcast. Matthew Fenslaw. Matthew Davis. Chase Stevens. And Pete from Over There.
Oh, yeah.
That's a list.
Yeah, a little bit
Thank
longer.
you so much.
Yeah, a little bit longer. Hey, you earned it. No, I didn't know how to finish that sentence. I'm like,
well, when you're here, you're family.
Yeah. All right, we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.